Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Company Heroes, not Company Heroes, Age of Mythology Replay. Spawned on the south side as the Cyan Susanoo, we have Pardazs O Camper. Probably butchered that name well enough. Spawned on the north side as the Red Zeus, we got Peruvator. When it comes, of course, to major gods, Susanoo is, of course, known for being, focused as being myth units and god powers, particularly the god powers, honestly. Attributes a large favor with each Bushido tier, so just one-time payouts. Myth units get generated Bushido experience passively. Invokes the god powers. Invoking a god power makes the other ones 25% cheaper to invoke, so it's probably a good idea to get a cheap god power to spam out. Units, special abilities recharge a little bit more often. And of course, he gets a pretty nice upgrade here. It gives all of your myth units increased speed and +1 divine damage, which includes all the Susanoo. Let's go start seeing them running around quite a bit. He gets 15, 60, 75, 100, 150, and 250 favor, which it's also really hard to judge. It actually is probably not too much, honestly, but those combo quite well for him deploying out myth units as well as spamming out god powers. Zeus, in comparison, is the infantry and hero. Starts with favor, generates favor 20% faster. Myth units cost 1 less population. Very nice. Infantry do +6% damage versus building, which is okay. Usually a building's either alive or dead, not really in between. Just got nice, easy clean up, and hoplites move faster. And of course, the Olympian Parentage right now provides hit points and a bit of health regen. I remember when it used to make them build faster. Let's see, Susanoo, let's see, what minor guards should he eye? We got Inkari Okami or Minakata Tomi, which of those names well enough. I'm more biased to an Inari Okami, because you get a bunch of fluffy tails. Swamp Land gives you a very powerful god power. Kappa is to grab, instant kill various human soldiers. Jorogumo is actually the least useful thing part of her, strangely enough. I haven't seen her being massed up all too much. Of course, can give her a little bit more divine poison damage. I never really rate too highly. A very good upgrade is the Wisdom 9. Turn your 9-tail Kitsune to, or 3-tail Kitsune to 9-tail Kitsune. Give them a little bit of line of sight. Increase their aura effectiveness and plus 75% hit points, so they go from about like 120 to like 190 HP. Yeah, the swamp is very, very good. I don't think I've ever seen him, which seems like a decent economical one. Of course, you get a bit of gold as your myth units are attacking, which is very nice for Susanoo, who gives a little bit extra divine damage. And of course, just generally good cavalry, plus some hit points and a little bit bonus damage with your opponent's cavalry, so you can use cavalry to fight other cavalry. Mina Katatomi, still probably butchered that name well enough. Trying to hunt gives you structure that spawns out deer and some defensive wolves. I have no idea how effective it is. I don't think I've ever seen him selected once in a replay. I have no idea what this flaming wheel with a guy's face on it. Of course, you get this upgrade uses the Age of Empires 3 picture there, I'm pretty sure that is. Of course, makes your villagers gather for hunt status, combos quite well with the mythological upgrade. Ranged soldiers can increase damage, increase the maximum range, which is not a bad mythological upgrade. And ranged soldiers cost less, and siege weapons cost less. Like, he has some pretty good upgrades here. He's not a bad god, just in Inari Okami, he's just very good. And of course, Zeus. Looks like the Kitsune does take a bit of damage. Going for Olympian Parentage? Alright, he's going for Olympian Parentage. I clicked on the temple there. Before aging up. Oh no, he has aged up. I haven't been paying attention to that. We got Norn the Minotaur here. So he has gone for Athena, which provides hack armor for your infantry, as well as increase maximum range for your hoplites, increase their damage for your hoplites. It's nice god power. I'm more biased towards Ares, but Zeus cannot get Ares. Miko trying to heal up the village there. Very good tactical heal. Try and just sell out. Susanoo has aged up. There's... Wait, what? He went for the Mina Katatomi. He just assumed it's going to be Inari Okami. Okay, got something a bit different here. I've never seen this guy here. He's immediately being killed off by Jason. Miko's trying to heal up the Wenu though. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Northern Minotaur here, one hoplite. Jason, who has carrying the Bride of the Pegasus, will give you free Pegasus, so you should really take that back home. 3 scouts always quite nice. We got a couple of these clouds killing by his opponent. The good boy's there, or good girl, hard to tell from this angle. Another shrine goes on up. This here seems like a god party you should summon immediately. There we go. Friendly wolves. I wonder, are they one-time summons? Do they automatically resummon? Let's see now. They offer 15 damage, slow attack speed, decent bulk, just basic defense units. Is it something that he can or cannot control? Here, let me switch over to him. Can't tell. Bolts that. Tempo taking some damage here. Of course, got some free deer from here. 1 samurai deployed in the field. These wolves are not classified myth units, and Susanoo gets additional experience over time by having myth units, and these are not providing Bushido experience. So Hercules is taking that pretty quickly, right? Times 8 damage, so maybe they are classified myth units? There's the sword drop off, which reduce the cost of the shrine. I suppose with the Susanoo, you want to pull out that maybe second, you want to get more shrines out because of the reduction. Hercules take a bit of damage there. Samurai are good anti-infantry. He's got the Miko also fighting. She's no different than a villager in most aspects. Yeah, the wolf took bonus damage, so it is classified as myth unit. And does resummon the wolves. Okay, very nice. And resummons the deer, of course. Huh, so if there are classified as myth units, so should Susanoo get Bushido experience? I wonder if they can be affected. It doesn't have the divine damage upgrade just yet. Will they get affected by the speed and divine damage? Or are they're moving around like a spawn, so they may not be controllable. So yeah, I'm not sure. Just a lot of questions. Like, should they provide a Bushido experience, or should they not be classified as myth unit? If they would provide Bushido experience, that maybe there's a balanced reason why not to give it to them, because that would generate a decent chunk of experience. Because what, 4 of them spawned out? Which would be 1 experience. But then again, the Kitsune are pretty dirt cheap. 25 food, 8 favor. Good number of hoplites here. We do have a shrine here. Of course, there's no Miko to work that shrine. Shrines are 75 wood, so they're dirt cheap. Can always be able to research the Sakura Gardens. Summon cherry trees. Age 4. Assuming the Shrine Hunt does not have any unique upgrades. No, it does not. Periodically spawns huntable deer and guardian wolves, maintaining a population of 10. Oh, that is quite a bit. By replacing any that are killed or fully harvested. Talking about the deer, about harvesting. 10 is a decent chunk. Does take a bit of time, but they're of course free. So if your opponent being aggressive at this angle, could pull out another shrine once get enough experience. Drops it on over here, which made this cheaper, but did cost 25 experience, so not a full refund, but pretty close to it. We got some Yumi archers here, being a move forward, not a move forward. Bushi's as well. We got a couple Minotaur here, not bold Minotaur looks like. Good number of hoplites, not medium just yet, nor medium toxidays, which makes sense because you can calculate when it be cost effective. You need about 30 units on the field before it actually becomes cost effective. Samurai, a good call. Base at ×2 infantry unit, and they of course have good charge attack. Couple Bushi here to focus on the Minotaur. The exotic doggos getting some fights on the hoplites. They want the sticks. They're carrying a bunch of sticks, and that's what any doggo wants. We do have Samurai falling back. Maybe Miko can heal her up. Or heal him up. Miko here is healing up some of these units. Very nice. The Kitsune does go down. Keeping the Kitsune alive is a good idea because of Susanoo. Get a bit of Bushido experience. The Kitsune are dirt cheap. I wonder how many deer... How long does it take for a deer to be resummoned? Also hear the cows going on down. No husbandry. So these cows go down without a husband. When it comes to, we got age up. We got Dionysus. Dionysus, of course, provides all units hit points and cavalry lifesteal. Not to mention bronze and a Hydra to hail. And Susanoo, let's see. Zeus is, of course, the infantry of the... They're trying to hunt there in a position for defense. Very nice. And a good number of deer nearby. Let's see, what should Susanoo go for? Zeus is more infantry focused, so something to help fight infantry, but he's also myth units focused, so something to support his myth units, potentially. And Greeks have a limited number of heroes, so mass myth units is a bit more effective versus Greeks, in my opinion. But in person is very nice. Two-tailed doggo rather than three-tailed fox. Reduce the cost of god powers. This could be very nice for Susanoo. Let's see, ship upgrade and infantry hit points and life steals. It's been doing a good number of samurai to count out the hoplites. That's probably another good upgrade to go for. So maybe Raijin is a good contender. The Thunderous Burst is a pretty good god power, if you remember. Fujin, the Smiting Gust is a very fun god power. Got some Oni. Myth units increase hit points and reduce the train time. Not bad. And increase cavalry speed. I swear, that's also another Age of Empires 3 upgrades symbol. You can definitely tell the difference in style of artworks between these. Cavalry increased speed and attack speed interval. That's actually pretty good for Mina... How do you pronounce his name again? Mina Kadatomi. Since he also improved cavalry archers, you can use that to buff cavalry archers' attack speed. And what was the other upgrade he provided? Increased range soldier damage and range soldier costs. So you could do some cavalry archer play going for the other one. We do have Naginata Riders, got some more Pushis. Another Kitsune supporting the Naginata Riders. A number of Mikos here, so he is just trying to keep these units topped off in health, which is very nice. Couple of houses there. Let's see. 16 wolves here, so got a nice pack of them. Kills the local cow population. 2 Hydras, 3 Minotaur. Quite a bit of myth units there. Samurai got knocked around a little bit there. Bushis need to be micro-hit. That's a Pegasus. Oh, got bronze. Got another Thunderous Slash, or what it's called. Kusakani. Oh, to that name well enough as well. Exotic doggos pushing way forward. Bushis looks like focused down the Hydra. 2 Hill Hydra is being smited. Mikos are really just heroic villagers. And looks like Sign does lose his forces there, but has a number of wolves, which is more of a consolation prize at this point in time. Bronze almost subsided. Only one Hydra's left. Looks like all the Minotaur went down. Nope, there's actually 2 of them still there. Got around exotic doggos. And there's a healthy amount of deer in that region as well. Providing a good amount of food. It is a good economic upgrade. While hunting is slower or faster than farms, of course you can only support X amount of villagers. What X is, I'm not sure. Another shrine, some more exotic doggos. Probably should have not have pushed that too far forward. That one there. The temple is starting to go on down. The temple has snare effect for ranged soldiers. Got heavy units there. Good to know. And that means a pile of favor. Got a 3-headed Hydra, and this is how you get head on your Hydra. There's also more of the housing there. Susanoo has plenty of population space. His opponent helped him out with that by clearing out a lot of population space. A lot of villagers on to the gold mines, collecting up some berries. Number of heroes, more Bushis. Of course, this cannot get Hachi to improve heroes. Naginata riders. He may have not gotten a cost reduction upgrade from Mina Katomi. Good number of Naginata riders trying to get to the archers in the back. Hopeyes intercepting. Got heavy there. Another drop there. Never so he's still age 2. But he has heavy upgrades, so he's able to contest his opponent's age up advantage. One thing he's missing out on some economic upgrades as well as some compositional units. Wait, he can't get... Naginata riders are not available to age 3, are they? I forgot about that part. I forgot he's also still age 2. It's been such a long time this game. Zeus has been at age 3 for quite a bit of time. I assume Susanoo was at age 3, but that's simply not the case. Got a good stockpile of wood. May want to take half those villagers off wood. Yeah, he has not researched this. It's 10 favor. It's a pretty cheap upgrade. He can avoid it right now, so... And probably would have paid for itself by now, barring the favor cost, of course. Let's see... Also been running on 0 myth units, or maybe there's one Kitsune on the field. He has not really pulled out too many Kitsune. Looks like he hasn't even rebuilt the temple, so this is probably not really needed for his current composition. Huh. Did the Greek houses always had a smokestack? I don't know why I just now noticed that. Either way, Naginata riders going for a counterattack, which could be very nice to keep this force at bay. But of course, it will leave Sign pretty vulnerable. Has 2 shrines of hunts for defense. A number of units here. Miko could probably come over and heal up some of these samurai. They're pretty expensive. Going for another temple here. Good amount of delicious venison here. A very good amount of delicious venison. Ah, looks like one's a deer, the other one's a deer. Looks like the shrine may I don't know which deer is from the shrine. One that's probably a shrine deer. Shrine deer has the antlers. And 200 food inside of it. But the other food has no antlers, at least in the profile picture, and also 200 food inside of it. So probably a good idea to eat the shrine deers so the other deer can still at least provide some extra favor. Zeus has a secondary towns on the field. We do have an age of finally, Rajin. Thunderspurse is a very good god power, especially versus the infantry composition. I have a feeling this is going to be very good. He's missed out a lot of free reductions with the not aging up quickly enough. Let's see how well this will go. We do have, of course, a fortress being established. Zeus is probably on the age up. Not too close for aging up when it comes to resource-wise. Wait, this Skyla? The Skyla has a health regen upgrade. The Chthonic Rites. So the Hydra's now hailing Cthulhu, I think. I actually don't know what the word Chthonic technically means. I just thought of Cthulhu.
Etimus.
Which I don't think Cthulhu is actually Greek. I actually don't know where the origin of Cthulhu. What religion. He is Cthulhu in a lot of religions, or a lot of depictions, not necessarily religions, definitely depicts him as an old one. But of course, this game with Age of Mythology refers to the Titans as old ones. The four-headed Hydra maybe is a good idea, worth to get Chthonic Rites. It is quite wounded right now. Of course, got the Fortress here, providing some fire support. The two-tailed wolf took a little bit of damage there. Number of Yumi archers firing away. Got some Pardazs, but it looks like they're hitting some frontline units rather than backline units. Pardazs not being targeted backline, very nice. There's Thunderous Burst. Red has to push towards his opponent to escape it, but that's not going to really happen. This Thunderous Burst is going to be quite painful for Red. And looks like he eats the entire duration. A lot of damage there. He has Restoration, but he needs more favor for that Restoration. Susanoo overall did seem like he lost the fight. He is going for some Oyumis. Susanoo cannot get the Major God to improve the damage. Okinushi. Susanoo cannot get him, and he provides a advanced draft horse as a mythological upgrade, which is really good. But I've never seen them being super useful because they have a long wind-up time. So they're actually not really great anti-infantry, even though they probably the siege weapon supports anti-infantry the most. Petropolis got a good counter barrage onto this. It's sort of strange. It feels like Petropolis is the worst of all the ranged siege weapons. Catapults are really good versus other siege weapons to do extremely high crush damage. Ballista are unusually effective. Oh, is he getting... The ballista bolts are getting caught up on the terrain objects and actually destroying them. The broken columns. I did not think those would go down. I don't even think Earthquake can take them out. Ooh, Restoration, very good. He's really didn't need that. The four-headed Hydra is at full health now. Naginata Riders trying to flank, hit the pulse house. The four-headed Hydra has gone down. Yo, Yumi is taking quite a bit of damage there. But still managed staying alive. Hoplite staying up. Both the Yumis went down. A good number of the regular Yumis are also quite dead. Samurai starting to fall back. Another Raiju. Or that's the same one? I think that's a different one. Castle taking a bit of damage there. Villagers nearby can start repairing it. Some exotic doggos from the shrines are pushing forward as well. I wonder if they get affected by the increased divine damage upgrade. We know they don't provide experience, so maybe they don't get affected by divine damage? That could be very nice. Sorry you heard that click. Then my drink can decide to unclick. Oh, got some samurai, not samurai, shinobi here. The anti-ranged units who deals melee damage. Large on there, Yumi archers, Yumi horse archers. I don't think it's gotten that upgrade yet to give them cost reduction. Here it is. Yeah, he really should be adding this upgrade. Make his ranged soldiers cheaper, which does include the horse archers. Going for a good number of samurai shinobi as well. Petropolos now going to be picked on off. When the ninjas glow red, it means they get their charge bonus. Increasing their damage and attack speed. No, move speed and attack damage. Yumi horse archers, Bushis, Yumi archers engaging these horses. Peltas now gaining range units. Got another old Yumi here. Cleaving through the formation, able to go down the line these forces, getting some great splash damage there. The old Yumis affect the Age of Empires 2 Scorpions with a long wind-up time. Extra bullets will be going down to the old Yumis, going for a healthy number of them. That's definitely a good item versus small units. Small size units are vulnerable to splash. Even splash in the form of line. Because waves move on a line, right? Hoplite there, being picked off. So one of the old Yumis are quite wounded. We do now have Hera being deployed in the field. Hera's of course good for free production of Myrodromes. The Lightning Storm God powers are pretty nice. Of course, Gorgon's a pretty good myth unit as well. Or Medusa. They should just rename the Medusa to Gorgons, because that's the species name for the Medusa. She's like the race of Gorgon. Not to be confused with Lamia. Lamias are something different entirely. Which also is related to Hera. I think Hera made Lamia kill her children. Is there that historical thing? Hoplites push way forward. Shinobi 7's unit, Naginata Riders engaging. Shinobi stabbing Odysseus, but Odysseus is classified as hero, not as range, so he can't be shanked by Shinobi as much. Naginata Riders falling back, got a good core of hoplites, good generous melee unit. Restoration has been resummoned there. Old Yumi so firing away. Peltas charging way forward, that's not exactly great. But Cyan is having trouble holding the line. I don't think Red will be able to win the game, but Cyan won't necessarily win the game either. Naginata Riders are hitting hoplites, not hitting the Peltas. The villagers getting hit by the Peltas. And there's Lightning Storm there, and Cyan does resign. This is Angry saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.